Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and on today's video I'm doing the final video of my airport video series. I'm going to be exploring Stansted Airport. So, Stansted Airport, let's talk about the airport behind me. So where are we? So Stansted Airport is one of two airports located north of central London. We're located in the county of Essex in a village called Stansted Mount Fitchett, hence why it's named Stansted basically. We are probably about 40 miles north of central London, give or take, alright? But the airport is very, very well connected in terms of motorways and transport. So, in terms of getting here by road, Stansted Airport is very, very well connected. So, the main motorway to get here is the M11, which runs between London and Cambridge. So, if you're coming from London by road, you come up the M11, and if you're coming via Cambridge, you come down the M11 the other direction. The turn-off is just off by Bishop Stortford. The number I'll put on the screen because I've totally forgot. But once you get off of the M11, the turn-off to the airport is literally right around the corner. The other main road to get here is the A120. So if you're coming from Essex, like I did today, you would take the A120, which connects Stansted Airport with Braintree, Colchester, and other parts of Essex going out into East Anglia, basically. But once you get off of these roads, the airport is literally a 2-minute drive. So, let's talk about parking here at Stansted Airport, because I am parked in my car. Now, Stansted has a variety of short stay, mid-stay, and long-term stay parking options. The good thing is that in terms of the price, it is, in my opinion, quite affordable depending on how early you book it. So I'm currently sat in the mid-stay car park in Zone K, and I paid for, I think, a weekend £78 to park, which is not too bad. So when you come off of the A120, there'll be two different exits. I think one for short and mid-stay, and then one for long-stay car parks. The car park itself has over 35,000 car parking spaces, and I think the rule of thumb is that you can arrive or leave within a certain window of your booking slot, basically. So if your flight's been delayed coming back, things like that, there is a window in which you can essentially pretty much leave, even though it's gone past your booking time. Now, when you get to the car park, especially this one, which is mid-stay, there is an option you can get bus-wise to get you back to the terminal. So guys, as you can see, you've got a sign here as to what zone we're in. We're in Zone K4, and that's Zone K5 in the background. And then you've got here, what do you call it, like a sign to a bus stop. So I'm going to walk over there now, guys, and get the bus to the terminal. So guys, I'm standing here in the bus stop now. So in every bit of, I think, the actual car parks further from the terminal where you pretty much can't walk, you have these bus stops here where it's by the side of the road, and the bus behind me, as you can see there, it passes and it stops. So the bus runs probably about every few minutes or so, and I believe it's free from the terminal to the car park. So guys, you can see there's a screen here that tells you where I am. So I'm on the mid-stay car park, section K14. Tells you when the next bus is departing, which is in 2 minutes, and it says to take a picture to remember where you have parked. So I've got that right here to remember where I've parked, guys, pretty much. And then obviously the bus will come there, and I'll board the bus. Talk about trains. So behind me you've got Stansted Airport railway station, which is a railway station used exclusively for the airport. So the railway station is on a direct line from London Liverpool Street basically, and the journey time I think is probably just under an hour. They have a service called the Stansted Express. So the Stansted Express travels between London Liverpool Street and Stansted, and it stops at intermediate stops, places like Tottenham Hale, things like that. So you cannot use your Oyster or contactless at this station. This station is not, you cannot use Oyster or contactless, okay? I don't think. Contactless, I'll check. I'll basically put it on the screen. Also, as well, from this station, you can get trains to other locations like Cambridge and Birmingham. Just make sure you have the right ticket and you board the correct train. So also as well, guys, in terms of hotels, so there are a variety of hotels around here. Some very, very close by. There's one in front of me, it's called the Hampton Hilton, basically, where you can literally walk straight across the road from the hotel into the terminal. So essentially, there are a variety of hotel options close to the airport, and this is good especially if you have an early morning flight or you arrive very late, because as I mentioned before, there aren't any overnight trains from the station, basically. So, it's very important that you try and essentially get these booked up in advance because they do go quite quickly. So as you can see there, guys, you've got the Hampton by Hilton there. You've got the train station pretty much right here, right there. And then just across the road, you've got the terminal right there. So you can see train station, terminal and hotel all at the same time. Another hotel which is nearby the terminal is the Radisson Blu Hotel. So if you come out of the main terminal and you follow the exit on the other side of the airport, the hotel is literally a 2 to 5 minute walk. So on that side as well, you've got the blue and green parking zones, which I believe are the two closest parking zones to the actual terminal. So very, very handy, and one of them is actually multi-story. So guys, I mentioned about the drop-off point. So right there in front of me there, guys, is the drop-off area. So you've got people who come up the ramp there, you park your car there and you drop off whoever it is you want to drop off, whether it's your family or whatever. And then it takes you right into the terminal there, guys. So all here, guys, you can see this is all the drop-off area where you can drop off people. And then up there is where the bus drops you off, basically. That's where I came from, up there, further ahead. But you can see you've got a long area to drop off people right there. So Stansted Airport has a very large bus terminal in which you can get local, regional and national buses. There are various bays which are numbered, which would help you know which location to get your bus from. You can also catch local buses at this bus station to places in Essex like Chelmsford, Colchester and other locations. There's also a very cool indoor seating area where you can wait patiently for your buses with things like vending machines and so on. This is a map of the National Express network. First of all towards London and all their destinations, as you can see on my screen, especially in central London. And then after, you can see a map of the other locations that they go to in terms of cities and towns in the UK. So this company is called Flibco, and they operate services between Stansted Airport and London, mainly East and North London, with their coaches. You can also buy tickets right there at this machine. You can choose the time, the date and also your destination, and then make your journey. So let's talk taxis. So Stansted Airport has an in-house taxi service called Streetcars, and you can find their location out in front of the terminal towards the far end, basically. You can actually book taxis obviously there in person, and you can also book it in advance by calling their phone number. I'll put it on the screen. So once you enter the terminal and you go through security, which is pretty straightforward in terms of finding the actual security area, you then head through into the terminal area after you've essentially checked in, and you can see a huge variety of shops there. It's not as big as Heathrow or Gatwick, but there are a variety of things like a cool Weatherspoons, which is always full up. You can also see a giant screen where essentially you can see what gate your flight leaves from, and so on and so forth. That is it, guys, for today's video and for the end of the series. If you enjoyed the series, let me know. I've got more videos coming, but let me know where I should go next. I've got some cool ideas. In the meantime, I'll see you on the next video.